Hey everybody, so today is the full moon and it is also the lunar eclipse. It is September 7th, 2025. And the energy is potent. It's a bit intense. I know a lot of people are going through a lot. I certainly personally have been feeling the effects of this moon for several days now, leading up to today. And I'm sure it's going to stay with us as we continue into next week. Not only do we have this lunar eclipse today, but we also have a solar eclipse coming up right as we move into the fall equinox, which happens to also be on a new moon, also happens to fall on the 22nd, which is a sacred number, and it's going to be a very powerful portal, and the veil will be very thin. And so this month is a lot of energy moving up and down, and it's a bit intense. And for some of you, you may be feeling a lot of purging, releasing, crying, emotion that might be coming just kind of out of nowhere. And this energy also brings completion, endings to many things. It could be where you're living, you might be moving right now, or you might be ending a relationship or revisiting your work. Lots of different things could be showing up. Maybe kids are going off to school in new ways and things are happening. So, this is part of the process. But obviously, when things end, that old saying, new doors open, right? And new things come in. It's a time also of rebirth. So, energetically, on a global scale, things feel as though, and what I'm receiving from Archangel Raphael is it's going to be ramping up. And you're like, ramping up? Are you kidding me? Don't you think it's ramped up enough already? But yeah, it's going to ramp up more. And for those of you who are in my community, you know that once we reach the winter solstice, this is this first wave of this birthing process. What Raphael calls it birthing the galactic baby, but it's really birthing a whole wave of consciousness as we step into the new human. And we really will feel the effects of that. And then waves and waves and waves will continue to come in. And some of us are on the first wave, and some of us are not. And whatever wave we're on is perfect. It's not a competition for how quickly we're going to reach those levels of consciousness, and they come in increments. I think sometimes people feel, oh, when is it going to happen? Is it like we're going to really just wake up in the blink of an eye and everything will be different? And sometimes to some extent, yes, but it's gradual. It's happening over time, and it's not until we step back and we look back. It's sort of like if you're raising a child and you're with them all the time, you don't notice how much they've grown, how much they've changed. You might notice a little bit, but it's when people who aren't in your home and they come visit and they're like, whoa, your kid grew, 5 inches and is doing all these different things and has changed so much. So the collective consciousness has grown, even though outside appearances may indicate differently by what we receive on the nightly news. Of course, I encourage you not to spend a whole lot of time there. But from a consciousness level, people all over the planet in droves, Raphael would say legions of beings are waking up everywhere. And so in that process, we know, right, that we have to let go of that, our old self, the false self, the old, denser, heavy frequencies. So when a full moon and lunar eclipse and energies like this show up, it requires us to purge, to release, to transmute, to heal. As we just came out of the transmutation, transformation light code, right, where we were letting go, releasing, 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 opening, opening our heart, softening it, softening it, softening it to create space to align with our original self, with our blueprint, with our I am that I am presence. So we know all this, we're all doing it, but it's happening on a quantum level right now. And so many things are occurring. So I want you to just don't make any hasty decisions this weekend. try to get out in nature. There's going to be a lot of water coming in. There could be a lot of flooding on the planet. This energy is bringing water, but that water is bringing incredible, beautiful codes and light. We know that we've got this comet that is passing over and coming in October, getting closer to our sun, also carrying tons of codes of information. And I will do a video on that and bring in Raphael's thoughts about what's happening with that. But nonetheless, the energy is going to continue to amp up. And so, how can you stay grounded? How can you stay centered regardless of the chaos around you? How can you find your true north, that place of center? And so that requires some discipline. And this particular energy right now is asking us to really look at our habits and perhaps to kind of prioritize what it is that's really important to us and to take that extra time to take care of ourselves and to do the things that we need to do first, put our oxygen mask on first, so that then we can help others and be of service and not to just jump out of bed and not to wake up gradually and get on with our day and our to-do list. That way of operating with this new energy will be really difficult. It's really requiring us to put in place, if that means we get up an hour earlier or whatever has to happen in order to come into your day present, full, clear, and prepared as these energies are amping and amping up. So, Mother Mary, who is the kind of like a twin flame, it's the twin energy to Archangel Raphael. And I've channeled Archangel Raphael for 37 years. And Mother Mary is that the beautiful counter vibration of that, not counter, but twin flame, lovely energy. And we can call it the Divine Mother. It doesn't have to be, it's not to be religious in any way, but it's this incredibly motherly, nurturing energy where you just feel like, oh, you're wrapped in this pink blanket and you're just loved and you feel all this healing. Well, that energy is really coming and approaching our planet. And it's coming in, and we can call it, the divine feminine if we want to. It's coming in, and on the 22nd is Mary Magdalene's Day, right? And we've got tomorrow is Mother Mary's birthday, which just happens to be on the 8th. And my birthday's on the 8th as well, not tomorrow, but March 8th. And that infinite loving energy, right, of the 8 is coming in to support all of us right now. And so as we go into the fall equinox, Mother Mary's going to come in and open up a portal to connect with her in ways we haven't before and to really see the presence of her beauty and her magic and her gifts as a high priestess in the most powerful way, kind of like an unveiling of her in a new way to see her differently than perhaps for us who have been raised more aligned with her vibration and seen her in a particular way. And so that's true for just the divine motherly energy in general. That is, we're going to see a big increase in that vibration and more information coming out about both the goddess vibrations, whether it be Isis or it be Kali or Sekhmet or Mother Mary or Mary Magdalene, right? That energy is really coming on prominent right now. That feminine energy, the moon energy, the water energy. So I've got this card here that came right out about Goddess Danu. She is the goddess of the source, right? The source being the water. And as the water comes in and we might have some hurricanes or experience some flooding, know that that is the feminine really coming in and cleansing, purging, clearing. Because so we're purging, we're clearing, and of course Gaia is doing the same for our consciousness is meeting one another. But as we raise our consciousness, the need for that cleansing, that purging to be destructive to a point that it really disturbs people's lives maybe can be lessened through our prayer, through our community, through our connection. So the reason I wanted to pop in today was just to tell you you're not alone. If you're feeling emotional, if things are turbulent, if something just like strangely out of nowhere just came into your life. I got a message from a relative of mine. Something just suddenly occurred and appeared to them. I've been feeling a lot of emotion myself. And so there could be sudden endings, sudden changes. That can be related to health is a really big one right now. This is a very important time, especially if this full moon lunar eclipse falls in your health chart or house, to really take good care of your health and prioritize that. And if you're like wavering between doing something that might put your health at jeopardy or taking care of yourself, please lean on the side of taking care of yourself right now. That's super important. If something is coming up that's sudden, a sudden change, just settle into it. Know it's part of the energy, and try not to, if you don't have to, make any big life decisions. Kind of let the energy in the next few days sort of settle down a bit and diffuse as we move through the rest of September. As we approach the fall equinox, and we know we have four, right? Four big portals during the year. We have some others like the Lion Gate comes in, and 1212. And this year, 999 is another big portal. So we've got today, which is the 7th. Then we've got, which is the, uh, sorry, somebody's calling me, my daughter. We have got the 7th, which is the moon today. Then we have Mother Mary's birthday is tomorrow. Then the 9th, because it's 2025, which of course is the 9, we've got a 999 portal. The actual 999 portal, whatever, many years ago, I was in Mount Shasta working with the energies there, and it was a very potent time. And that violet flame energies come in again. And there's been a changing, in a sense, of the guard and the vibrations, even in Telos, as the energies are shifting there as well. So this is happening on a global level. It's not just happening to you. And you know that saying everybody says, which sometimes can be so annoying. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. Try to like embrace that it is happening for you. And if you're like throwing up right now, or you got some terrible news, it doesn't feel that way. I get it, right? But it is, because it's forcing us to release any energetic patterns that we've been really clinging to. So we've got this mirror thing coming up with Debashri, right? We're going to do the mirror workshop. And last night I was preparing my mirror for it. That starts, of course, on the equinox. And we're going to go into the Hall of Mirrors, which is this place that when I was back in the day working with my sister, the Hall of Mirrors came up, and that comes up in the galactic core with the galactic beings. But it's a place of celebration where the reflection of all the different pieces of ourselves integrate into our wholeness. And so we're going to actually work with the mirror. And last night I had to sit in front of the mirror and I lit some candles, and naked, that was not pretty nor fun for me, I gotta say. And I really dropping into like, I love you, self-love around that. But we're going to learn in that workshop, and I don't, I'll put a link, I guess, in that below as well. We're going to do an art workshop where we really look at ourselves and embody the goddesses that we are. And we're going to start to see things and do some scrying and connect with the energies. And then fully embody we're going to we're going to dress up, and we're all going to be in a hall of mirrors. And we're going to do some really fun stuff to celebrate, to get the energy moving before we move into this um, more intense womb energy that's coming up in October, and then into the Divine Feminine with Mary Magdalene in December. And then the final, not final because it always continues on, but that big birthing process with the galactic baby that'll be coming up at the winter solstice. So this is a pivotal time. And I know it's also a time where people are busy and their kids are going back to school, and lots are going on. But please, everybody, just take some deep breaths and love yourself and take good care of yourself, okay? And drink some good water. Don't make any harsh decisions right now. Go out and look at that beautiful, here it's a beautiful red blood moon. It's pretty intense. It's like, right in your face. Connect into it, as we can reconnect with the moon and its phases. That's very much a part of the work we're going to be doing this fall to come back into balance. So on the 22nd, we're going to open a portal into the divine feminine. We're literally going to pass through the womb of creation. So it's going to be pretty intense. So I'm here having quiet time, spacious time in my home. I'm never home alone. My husband's out of town on a trip that I was supposed to be on, and but I couldn't go for I hurt my foot. So here I am. And it's perfect because it's creating this space for me to drop in and really connect with the beings and get ready. Because I think we're going to need all the energy that we can have, like really a full cup as we move into the fall. All right. So I love you guys. I hope that this was somewhat helpful to you. And I'll see you on the Wednesday call at 3 o'clock. And I'll pop links below for things coming up if I can do that and figure out how. And I think that's it for now. All right. Let's see if there's any comments. Yeah, just love and light. All right. Take care. Bye, guys. Mm.